Well, great to get the thoughts of David Goffin there, who is also through to the third round. I'm delighted to say we can now welcome into our studio the number 11 seed, Grigor Dimitrov, of course a semi-finalist here last year. Made your way through to the third round earlier today against Steve Johnson. How was it to be back at Wimbledon?
Oh, it's lovely. It's been an amazing experience for me, and as I was just saying early on that I've been here in two years and I've been playing only on the biggest court, so it's it's a lot of privilege, and I think that playing on those courts gives me a lot of confidence, and I feel that I fit pretty good into them, and I've obviously playing better tennis on it.
Have you got sort of wonderful memories from what you achieved here last year when you once, or first of all, stepped back onto the grass courts here? Does it just sort of reignite those feelings again?
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of history for me anyway out here. I mean, winning as a junior and obviously coming back every year ever since then. So it's obviously brings back a lot of good memories, and I've always been very excited coming into that tournament and in general stepping on grass. So that's something that I really like, and it's a short period of time, but I'm trying to get as much as possible out of it.
What do you think of the extra week? I mean, how important is the extra week for you guys?
I mean, I still play only 2 tournaments,
sure.
So, but I think in a way it's a little bit. It's important to have maybe to rest a little bit, or to sort of adjust to the grass a little bit, so you don't have to hustle right back into it, and sort of protect your body a little bit. So I think all that adds up to a good occasion, and also that gives extra week for the for the people that haven't performed well, the first week of a slam. So it's I think it really adds a good value to us, and I think that it helps the players as well.
Yeah, you were saying something interesting, because we've been talking about the heat all day, and Mr. Dimitrov over here actually says the courts are playing slower.
Oh, how
yeah,
interesting.
because the ball bounces. Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, I just feel that I think just the balls are getting faster, so they go through the air a little bit faster, but still when it bounces, you have actually quite high bounce on the court, and because I think just the grass is getting a little bit drier, so you have.
Is that harder to get the ball through the court then?
I think it's a little bit harder. I mean, if you get a good angle, of course the ball is gonna it's gonna pick its trajectory, especially when you serve good. But I mean, other than that, I just felt that it's just it's a great condition to be out there today.
Yeah. And all the years that you've been coming back here and playing at Wimbledon, what do you think you've learnt the most about trying to play on this surface, and what sort of things are you trying to work on to keep improving?
Well, I always had a different mentality every time I stepped on grass for the first time. So for me, I feel it just comes really natural. I don't really think about,
play on instinct.
I come in and just I'm gonna work on my slides for like 2 days. Now I've just been very I like my instincts a lot, especially when I get on grass. It's just basic philosophy out there. Serve good, have a good low ball, stay slice, stay low. Just kind of the basics. But I think once you pick those things a little bit, and you know that you've played quite a few years already, so the experience helps you, and every time you come back on it, you already feel that you've learned a lot. So and I'm accumulating pretty fast to it.
Go on.
No, it seems like your game, obviously, and I'm not going to do this, I promise to ever do this, but when you watch Roger Federer play on grass, it's very natural. Like, he doesn't have to, he just sort of plays, and he has to defend a little bit. It looks just very similar to you, like you. It's a natural, instinctive kind of game. Is this something you can learn from how you feel on grass and take that to other surfaces, or is it completely different?
I mean, I never had problem changing surfaces in general. I mean, from grass to clay to hard, or vice versa. I mean, it's been always a comfortable part for me, and I think you just need to also you gotta sort of need to believe on what are your strengths are, and sort of as soon as you get into that new surface, you just gotta be like, okay, you know what, I'm on a new surface, but that's not gonna change anything. Your mentality sort of stays the same. You've still believe in your shot, so I don't think you need to change any different just because you go on to another surface.
Yeah. Now I understand you did a bit of gymnastics out on the court earlier today. Is that right? You're gonna have to talk us through this, Grigor.
What did I do?
We didn't realise so many of the men could do the splits on the court. Oh!
Aye!
That looks quite painful.
No, not at all.
No?
No, not at all.
You're an unbelievable mover, Grigor, I have to say. Is it sometimes hard for you to stand up though on grass courts? I remember you and Novak last year.
Oh yeah,
it was
shocking.
Amazing. Yeah, you guys were skating all over the place.
Yeah, I remember that match. I changed like 3 pairs of shoes. I mean, that was. But of course the court was pretty worn off. I mean, if you think about it, it was just end of the second week, and it actually I remember it was pretty warm.
Right.
And there was, I think, even dust was coming out, and we were sliding all over the court. The spikes were breaking, so that's in the game. Yeah, that was in the game. That's in the game though. But Grass, I think, is really specific. I think especially when the weather is like that, I think it helps. I think a little bit outside of the court, especially when you run for a wide shot, so you don't really. I think you can sort of stop pretty good and then bounce back. But I think, you know, once you start sliding, you better be ready. You know that you might slide a little bit more. But I've, you know, knock on wood, I've been pretty good with that, and you know, splits or anything like that, that doesn't bother me at all.
No, it clearly didn't.
It's one of the great things to watch in men's tennis is the way that he moves.
Yes.
Like even against Andy Murray at the Australian Open.
Oh yeah.
You were all over the place and sliding and diving.
Yeah,
Do you dive as well on this? But the Boris Becker dive?
I've done it a few times. I think last year I dove quite a few times,
right.
but I mean, I'll dive only when it's really
necessary.
Really necessary, that's for sure.
Yeah. Now we don't want to keep you too long.
No.
Just a final question. You got Richard Gasquet in the next round. I think he's beaten you 4 times, has he? Is that right? Have you beaten him before?
No, actually never.
No. So
no,
what
no,
is
no.
the big problem playing Richard Gasquet? And also, have you played him on grass before?
I've played him actually a couple of days ago. We played an exhibition match. So I mean, he's a good. I mean, he's a good player. He plays pretty good on all the surfaces.
Yeah.
If you think about it, has a really. I mean, his backhand is definitely one of his greatest shots. But I played him 2 years ago. I mean, a lot has changed since then. So.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's nice for me to be into that 3rd round and then get to play against him. I mean, I like my chances. I mean, in the end of the day, I'm here to get better every round, and hopefully I'm gonna have you know, also a good day, and then I can play better.
Yeah, we asked Richard actually because he came here not so long ago, and we said, because he always seems so shy, Richard, and yet we said to him, you know, do you like playing out there on the big show courts? And he said he enjoys it, and I presume you're the same.
Of course. I mean, who doesn't?
Yes.
That's a crime if you don't.
No, who doesn't?
Yes.
She doesn't anymore.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're looking forward to hopefully being on one of the main show
Yeah,
courts.
will be for sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining us,
Thanks
and we
for
really
having
wish
me.
you the very best of luck.
Thank you,
and
guys.
always
you.
a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.